laughing. When meeting new people, we've all heard the advice, just be yourself. But being yourself is not that simple for a lot of people. Whether it's at work, with friends, or even with your own family, many of us find ourselves holding back parts of who we are to fit in or avoid conflict.
So how do you stay true to yourself without pushing people away? Dr. Patricia Faison Hewlin, author of Staying True to You, Unlock the Power of Your Middle Self and Live with Confidence, Integrity, and Peace of Mind, is here to explain. Hello.
Hello.
This has been a thing. It's like, it's the same thing as, oh, live in the moment. Be true to yourself. It's like, okay, thanks for that advice.
You first.
So hard,
no
right?
directions.
It's so hard.
Right.
Yeah.
No guidance.
Right.
It sounds so simple.
Yeah.
So what do we do? Because it's, you know, I'm sure I've also said that to guests, like, just be yourself. And then after I say it, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, I recall as a child, parents saying, hey, just go out there and be yourself, and just being afraid. And one of the reasons that we are afraid is that we've been taught to conform since we were children, since we were babies, literally. You know, when a baby cries, they're trying to get attention. We know that when we engage in certain behaviors with our parents, our caregivers, that we're going to get rewarded. And we want to belong.
Right.
And so this tension of wanting to belong, but then at the same time really tuning into our values and our preferences, there's a tension.
Right. So how do we know when we're hiding too much of ourselves versus sharing too much of ourselves?
Yeah, that's
like the push-pull.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's the question of the hour. That's something that I've been studying for over 20 years as an organizational psychologist. And what I have found is that when people are suppressing their perspectives and their values too much, they tend to experience emotional exhaustion. It's an ongoing thing, and it has an impact on work engagement. It's just stressful.
Right.
And so I say to people, you'll know when you are giving up too much of yourself by a well-being indicator. When your well-being is not where it should be, it's time to take a pause.
And there's little things too, because like with my kids, they buy a shirt that is a little out there.
Yes.
And I'm like, wear that shirt. Don't care what your friends think about you. So there's like fashion things you could do. There's way of speaking. There's like all these trends that are now like going on. But there's little things that you could do to kind of implement a truth to yourself, I imagine.
Absolutely. The key is really knowing yourselves. And I'm glad that you mentioned children, because social media has become a problem.
So much peer pressure.
And there's research out there that shows that the more teenagers spend on screen time, on social media, the less likely they're feeling authentic. So parents really need to be aware of that. We've lost the skills of just stepping back and being introspective. Journaling, to just spend some time with ourselves. Doing something
tactile other than
exactly.
Talk to us about the middle self.
Yes.
That's really what all of this is
I've been working on mine.
Oh, that's
sit-ups in the commercials.
That's not quite the middle self that I'm talking about, but it's good that you're working on it.
Thank you. What is the middle self?
All right, so it's basically the balance where we are between being authentic and conforming. We are dealing with that tension, most of us, throughout the day. Now, how do you manage conformity pressures, external expectations? How do you do that in a way that still feels good? I introduced this framework to say, hey, pay attention to your core values. Know which ones to play to in a given context. It's almost like playing cards. I grew up playing cards. Have you spades, bid whist. And so with any card game, there's a specific suit that might be the trump card. You can use that as some way of an illustration in terms of thinking about your values. Which value is going to serve you the most in your relationships or in your work context? Which ones will really give you that success factor?
Yeah, I love that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. A
Oh,
lot of
it's my
practical. I feel like we just scratched
do a part
the
two.
surface.
We have to do a part two.
We have to do a part two.
It's great information and so important now.
Yes, thank you.
We appreciate the time. Do yourself a favor and pick up a copy of Staying True to Yourself. It is available wherever books are sold. Thank you so much.